Well, hello everybody there, and welcome to Chatting with Charles. And I've got my special guest, Martin of L&M Guitar Corner. Welcome in, Martin.
Thanks, Charles. Thanks for having me.
How are you doing? I understand you've been a little under the weather lately.
Yeah, I had the bad C word the last couple of days, and yeah, it was not that bad. It was the best time I've had it from from the times I had it. So yeah, it was just a little bit more harder cold. So yeah.
Well, I am glad it was a mild case. We're very happy that you're doing well.
Thanks.
And so you've got a couple things going on at the house there, right? You've got
yeah, I got a few projects going in my basement. I have them with me right here. I've also prepared something because I heard on your show with Seth that you will ask me about it. So I prepared myself.
Excellent. We're going to do that. We're going to go through. We'll go through your collection, and we're going to learn about your guitar journey, where you started, how you got there, where you now, and where you want to go. And then we're going to talk a little bit about your channel, right? Where you and Lucas are hoping to go from here. But yeah, we'll start by. Sorry. Go ahead.
Just thank you for. Nothing more.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and let's welcome in our friends in the chat. And Herb of Fireside Studios, as usual, is what was our first one in. Welcome. And Ryan of OU1 I hope
Ryan.
you pulled up to the window and got your chicken fingers and Long Island iced tea. And of course, we have Bruce, Mr. BHB Jr. Bruce, welcome in. And Michael Krause is complaining about the $11.95 because all he ordered was fries and a shake. And I said, but they're really good,
right?
Like fine, but don't skimp on the ketchup packets. And I hope you got the amount of ketchup packets that you needed, my friend.
Hey, Michael.
Our buddy Herb of Fireside Studios got to go to the Trans-Siberian Orchestra the other night, and a beer there was $10. So more. So, Martian Murray, welcome in. Wayne McConnell, welcome in. BC Rich 581, Keith H, Terry 3Gs, and Ryan Hall.
Hey there, everyone.
Symmetry, welcome in, gents. Welcome in. And that catches us up on the chat.
Thanks for joining, everyone.
Yes. Certainly. Thank you. You know, you and I have been knowing each other for quite a while now. It seems only like yesterday, but it's been quite a while.
Yeah, not sure. 4 or 5 years?
Yeah, at least 3. It's got to be at least 3 by now. Yeah.
I mean, we have our channel already 3 years, almost.
Yeah, then it's 4. Then you're right. It's 4. Yeah,
it has to be 4, if not even more, from Ben Coombs chats and.
Yeah, definitely. Welcome in, Hit Metalworks. Well, you know, Martin, I've always been intrigued by your guys' channel ever since the first day it showed up. You know, and knowing that it was going to come out from being in Ben's chat. I was really looking forward to what you guys were going to do. Never did I, from there, I didn't think that we'd be in a daily chat together, that we'd be making t-shirts together, that we'd be doing, all these great things that we've been able to do. Remember the 21-day practice challenge we did?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and redo that again, because it did work for those 21 days that I played. That I practiced every day. I made leaps and bounds in my playing. And then from there, I let excuses get in the way after that. So I did know the habit, but it's a matter of.
I know it all too well.
Huh?
I know that all too well.
Yeah. And so I'm looking to go ahead and do that with no excuses this time. And so, it worked well last time, and if just need to keep it going. But let's talk about you. Let's talk about your guitar journey. How does Martin get involved with guitar? Where does that begin?
Well, it began when I was 11, 12, something like this. And I've started to play guitar, and I learned it at music school here in Austria. And the thing is, I always wanted to play electric guitar. And yeah, what you have to do here in Austria is you have to start with a nylon string, with classical guitar. And this is obviously not the music someone who really wants to play electric guitar wants to play. And after 1 year, I gave up, surprise, surprise, and didn't care for it anymore. And yeah, I had that guitar lying around pretty much all the time. Whenever I switched places, moved somewhere, I had that guitar with me somewhere, but I didn't play it, I didn't use it. And yeah, when my son was born, and actually was already 2 years old, and went with my wife to a friend of hers, and she had the guitar there. And yeah, he was really fascinated by the guitar as a music instrument, by the music it made when her friend played it. So I thought, well, I have a guitar as well, so I could start playing guitar again. And yeah, I started practicing on that one first, and I thought quite from the first moment, well, now I could actually afford myself an electric guitar. I can buy it myself. Who's gonna stop me? I'm gonna learn it myself anyway. So yeah, I'll buy an electric guitar, an amp, and do it myself. And yeah, that's how I got back into playing guitar.
Well, you're getting some love in the chat because Herb and Symmetry were talking back and forth, and Herb was saying, Symmetry, you telling Trev, I'm surprised you're up this early. And he says, look, I didn't want to miss this one. Martin's awesome.
Thanks, Trev. Love you, brother.
Which is so true. I want to welcome in a couple more people. Good morning, Ferdberfel. Good morning, River Docs. Welcome in. And there was... and Hip Metalworks, welcome in. Okay, so what was this first electric guitar that you purchased then?
It was an Epiphone Les Paul. What was it? Les Paul Custom Pro, a white one, with the Jimmy Page wiring already in it. On that one, Jimmy Page wiring didn't do much at all, so I don't know if it was faulty or whatever. The sound didn't change much, if at all, when I used any of the push-pulls. But yeah, then my daughter threw it over and it broke the headstock. I sold it then. Meanwhile, I think... Did I get the 335 then already? Did I have the 335 already? I'm not quite sure. I think I had the 335 then already. Yeah, and I sold that one. Yeah, that's pretty much the only guitar I've ever sold.
Wow. And we do need to welcome in a buddy of yours.
Yeah, Lucas.
Welcome in, Lucas. He just wanted to say hi. I hope you're off to a great show. He is on his way to dinner. So
yeah, we had it right before I joined.
There you go. So the Epiphone went out the door.
Yeah.
And at this point, where you've got the 335 and the Epiphone goes out the door, where is your playing at?
Yeah, I think that was after 1.5 years or 2 years. I played a lot of fingerstyle at that time, for actually quite a few years, until I met Lucas. That was 4 years ago, something like this. 4 or 5 years also. I only played fingerstyle. I didn't play with a pick also on an electric guitar. I used my fingernail as a pick, but then I started to play a lot more. And I had the problem that when I used my fingernail as a pick, I was shaving off my fingernail. So it got thin, broke off, and I couldn't play the same things I played before. So I had to switch to a pick. And yeah, now I actually don't play with fingers that much anymore. And yeah, I could play quite a few fingerstyle arrangements. For example, Hit the Road Check. You see them on pretty much any of our acoustic demos on our channel. So I could play quite a few things already. Actually, I also had a gig already half a year after I've started playing. So
Wow.
that was also quite a challenge. It was at my mother's wedding, and yeah, I had to play 2 songs for her, and yeah, I think I did fine considering the time I had to learn and practice everything. So yeah.
And I remember when you were preparing for that and how nervous you were, leading up to it in those conversations. And it ended up going really well, didn't it?
Yeah, I think what you are referring to is my sister's wedding a few years later.
Yes.
Yeah. I had to play for that one too, but for that one I had to play and sing. This was also a first for me. I did never sing while playing, and yeah, my mother should sing at that wedding and I should be playing the guitar, and she chickened out. She said, I can't do it. I'm like, well, then I have to do it. Thanks for everything. And this was, I think, 1 week before the wedding. She told me this, and I was preparing already. Yeah, I think 2 or 3 months, and yeah, in the end, she said, "Oh, when you're singing, then I can do the background vocals. I will manage this." I'm like, "Well, thanks. I just don't trust you. I'll just learn it and do it myself. You can do the background vocals if you want to, but if you can't do it anymore, I'll do it myself." Because she said she would get too emotional during the wedding and singing.
Oh yeah, those are times that kind of pull at your, they pull at your heart, right? And you don't know where you're going to be. And
yeah,
I get it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I get it. But it would be nice if she would have told me not just 1 week before the wedding.
Yes, exactly. Put some pressure on just a little bit.
Yeah, you know what you have to do, what you're getting into, so, right? But maybe this was also a good thing because I didn't have much time to think about it. I just had to do it.
Right. And so let's welcome in a few more people. We've got Janice Lala in the chat, our music-in-law, Ryan Hall, and Martian Marie is in the chat as well. And
hey,
so just a few more people. Cushman NYC, welcome in. Bonkers, welcome in. Let's see. And I think that catches us up. Okay, so so now you're there and you're playing really well, but you took a course to get there, right?
Playing well is an overstatement, I think.
Well, yes. Compared to this fella.
Don't throw yourself under the bus. So yeah, I think I've improved a little, but not much actually. The last, what could I say, 4 years, something like this. I'm playing now 8 years, and after the 3rd year, I think I didn't improve that much. The thing that I've focused on early is music theory. Quite a bit. So I've learned the scales, learned how chords are built, and why a chord is named sharp 13 or whatever you want to call it, what is a flat 5 and so on. And this is something I've learned quite early on, and to one degree, obviously, it put me forward quite a bit because I could understand pretty much anything I've heard or read somewhere, why it works, how it works. On the other side, how I'm looking at the fretboard is now, okay, next chord is the G chord. I want to get to the major third of it. I want to get to the fifth of it. How do I get there? So I'm not thinking, oh, I want to have this melody. I don't have a melody in my head.
Mm-hmm.
I'm now really focused on, this note, this note, this note, this note, and I'm not satisfied with it. I don't like the way I'm playing. I don't like hearing myself when I improvise because I'm going straight for these things. It's totally mathematical to me, and I think I don't sound good at all. So,
well, I will tell you from where I'm sitting, you sound excellent, and I've always enjoyed listening to your playing, but I think that's a thing among guitarists in general. No matter how good you are, right? Every guitarist says, "I'm not that good. This other guy is fantastic." It's I don't know what it is. There's a certain humbleness in that, in understanding that this is an instrument that I guess you never truly completely master, right? There's always something else to learn.
Absolutely. I mean, there are so many genres alone. So, a really good example is the album that Eddie Van Halen and Brian May did together, where the Blues Breakers, and both amazing players. Arguably the best, or at least some of the best players in the world. And it doesn't sound like blues, right?
I love it. Leave it to BC Rich to find the exception. Oh, that is so funny. Yeah, no, you're right, and it's funny how sometimes taking everything back to the simplicity, right?
Yeah,
it's hard for guys that have been doing that the really fancy, really super technical stuff. Taking it back to something that is simple and just honest and bare bones and sounds good is now a challenge, right?
Yeah.
So, all right. So what is? Let's run through some of your gear. Let's see your number one.
Yeah, my number one is right behind me. That's.
And we've kind of, and let me solo you out here for a minute so we can get a good look at this one. So tell us about your 335 here.
It's a 2015 studio model.
Mm-hmm.
I've modded that one, or let it get modded right from the start, because the 2015 model only had one volume and one tone, just like Seth likes it. But for me, that's not a 335. A 335 needs to have separate volume and tone for both pickups. So I can do the middle position, blend it, and adjust it. And when they did it, I told them how I would like the wiring, and they royally messed it up. So what they somehow managed is that they always had the neck pickup out of phase as single coil, so split, and the bridge pickup I think was the humbucker, but I'm not quite sure about it. And I still love the sound. I especially love the sound of the neck pickup, and that one I didn't want to miss that one, but I had issues with the middle position. The tone control did not work really well because it dropped off really fast. So the taper was nowhere where you would like to have it. you could not really blend the two pickups really well, and you got that out of phase sound quite quickly where the volume dropped immensely, so not like it is now. And so I thought to myself, well, I have to do something about it, but I don't want to lose, I have to look at the wiring, but I don't want to lose the sound of the neck pickup the way it is. And then when I found out what they did, I thought, I need to have core split on the neck. And then I thought, well, when I start to implement some push-pulls, why not go all the way and throw in the Jimmy Page wiring? So now I can do pretty much anything with this guitar.
Was that your first wiring project that you did yourself?
I'm not quite sure. It could be. Yeah, probably. But I have to add, I'm an electrical engineer. I went to some kind of high school college hybrid. So it is pretty much the same degree as a bachelor that I'm having in electrical engineering and especially technical information technology. So I know logic, I know how electric stuff works. I knew how to solder. It was nothing new for me at all. I've been working with electric drives and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, little wiring is really not a challenge, and it was not something that did scare me off at all. So yeah.
We all love this guitar, and I tell you, Ferd was talking about he loves the black binding on that.
That's something I always have to explain. It's not a binding, actually. It's a fake binding they put on. It's just black paint they've put on the side a little bit, so it's not really it's not really a binding. It's just paint.
Excellent. Yeah,
but it looks like binding.
You're right. It looks like the real deal, right? For sure.
Yeah, they really did a good job on that one. Interestingly enough, the 2015 and the 2016 models, they also have a maple neck, and the fretboard is also maple. That's a torrefied roasted maple fretboard.
All right, so it brings in a little darker, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, it does not look really like your typical roasted maple. So, yeah.
Well, you have something in your collection that makes all the rest of us a little jealous, because not only is it old, and not is it of a year that we would all give our left hand for, but it's also family related, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure which one you're referring to. Are you talking about this one?
No, I'm actually talking about the one that was I believe your grandfather's.
Yeah, that's that one over here.
Yeah, I love the resonator, and I love the year of that too. But I mean, this one has like the whole story that goes with it.
Yeah, the other one also has a story with a grandfather of mine. So it's not really. That's why I wasn't sure which one you're referring to. This one.
I mean, I love them both, and secretly, if I was in your house, I would steal the resonator. But I love these two stories together.
Okay, let's start with this one. This one is the one that my grandfather owned, and it's a 1911 Gold Clown. It's a German parlor guitar. So yeah, right now there are just some nylon strings on it. You see, the action is slide worthy. It needs a neck reset, and yeah, I'm thinking about also letting a luthier install a truss rod in it, because the fretboard is glued on, so it should be possible to remove that one and then insert a truss rod with adjustment from the inside, and yeah, glue that back on and make it look original while having the possibility to adjust the neck. Probably it also needs a a new bracing inside because the top fell in a little bit. So yeah, this is not really much of a playable guitar, or if it's in tune.
I love how you say it's not really playable and then play it.
I think it was fairly in tune even.
Make it look like a lie. I'm gonna.
Yeah, but the further you go up on the
yeah.
and copyright strike.
That's all right.
I'm sorry. Probably
No,
not.
Not at all. Not at all. We gotta go ahead and we take care of those things. All right. So now let's switch it out for the resonator because this was one grandfather's. Now the resonator is the other grandfather's. Am I correct?
No, the other one has some relation to a grandfather of mine. I got it in the year my grandfather died.
Mm-hmm.
And found that one in a local store, played it, and when I found out what it was, it was called a 1938 National Duolian. I thought I can't afford that one. And I didn't even ask for the price because usually that's way out of my price range. So the next time I got there, it had a sticker there, sold, and I thought, well, it's gone. Didn't really think about it. And I think Lucas went there 3 months later and said, well, it's still here. Why is it still here? How much does it cost? And the store owner said, 2,500. And Lucas messaged me and said, well, it's for 2,500. And the store owner also said, well, if he's not gonna pick it up soon, I'm gonna sell it to someone else. And Lucas messaged me and told him, tell the store owner I'll take it as soon as it's getting free, right? Mm-hmm. And then he said, well, you know what? If he's tell your buddy, he told to Lucas, tell your buddy if he's coming to pick it up today, he's getting it for 2,200. I said, done deal. I'm on my way.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Don't have to tell me twice. I went there, picked it up, and got home, checked the serial number and everything, and I found out the serial number says 1937. So it is a 1938 model that has been produced in 1937 for 1938, so late 1937. And 1937 is the birth year of my late grandpa that died that year.
That is something else. Why don't you pull that down off the wall for us, if you don't mind? Hang your other one up. Hang up the 19, as long as you're there.
While I'm there at it already, right?
I won't be responsible for this.
That's not such a big deal. So,
I want to welcome in Guitar Man 45, Phil S. Norwich Guitar, and Hobo Roadie. Welcome in, gents.
I haven't played that one in a while, so don't expect me to play it much.
Show this off a little bit first. Can you hold it up and show it off a little bit?
So, collected a lot of dust.
I so want to get my hands on this thing. It's not funny.
At some point, it had a pickup installed. And originally, it had a pick guard also on it. So over here, you can see where the output jack was. There's that little ring There's a mark that's left of that, and you see that small screw hole over here.
Yeah.
That's where the pickguard has been installed. Originally, they came with a pickguard back then. Yeah, it looks better without a pickguard. So.
And welcome back, Lucas. So dinner is over, and the wife is taking care of the kids, and so he's back with us. Excellent.
Great. The tuning song. So.
Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. And so, but so you've got that, and you had to have been on cloud nine, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I played quite a bit of slide at the time. Learned also one or the other thing. For example, I think I played Holy Night on that Christmas for my father. So it's his father that died that year. So that was really emotional.
Mm-hmm.
You can imagine, because he knew the story that this is the birth year guitar, and yeah, it has the nickname that my grandfather had. So this one was the first guitar that actually got a name in my collection.
Love it.
An official name.
So what is the official name? So
it's a German word, Wolkenstürmer, which means storming the clouds, or the heaven, storming the heavens. So someone, someone who's climbing the heavens. So yeah,
love it. I love it.
Climbing the heights, and this pretty much.
So there was a guitar that was waiting for you out in California.
Yes.
And that you smuggled back on the airplane.
Yeah. Had it in my hand luggage. So you want me to pick that one?
Only if you hang the other one up first. I won't be responsible.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. Those wouldn't be a problem. So.
And there's a story. When you bought this guitar, there was a conversation about where it was going to be shipped to.
Yeah.
And I think you made the right choice, because I think if you would have shipped it here, you might not have gotten it back.
Yeah, well, I bought it in California, so it was fairly obvious that it was going to last, because he's in California, so the distance is not long to ship it to him. The thing is, this kind of guitar that 2000 is also 2015 model. There's something about the 2015 year. A special edition, sandblasted standard Telecaster. has the grease bucket tone circuit. The previous owner switched the control plate, so volume, tone. Up here, the tone is, as mentioned, with the grease bucket circuit, which means it also has somewhat of high pass on it. So it's you're also reducing bass when you're reducing the tone. Because often due to that, the resistance gets a little bit lower for the bass part, and you also get not only that you reduce the tone, you cut off the highs, you also boost the bass a little bit, and that's countered by this. And I actually quite like it on this guitar. It's quite an interesting concept. It's not behaving like your typical tone control, not in the exact same fashion, but very similar. So it's not like it's a completely different sound when you're adjusting your tone control, but it's just a tiny bit different. Yeah.
Well, how do you feel about the layout of the control panel with having the switch on the bottom and in the volume and tone on the top?
As someone who's adjusting the controls every now and then, I actually quite like it. Quite like it like this, because I'm really quick at the volume control, and yeah, I really like the way it is in here. I don't mind the other one as well, where the switch is on the front. So yeah, really not something that's a killer criteria for me in any shape or form. So yeah.
All right. Well, before we slide into the projects we promised everybody, is there anything else you want to show off there before we slide into those projects?
We can do this as part of the projects, because I already built one of my guitars.
Oh, all right.
You know it.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about the project. Let's go ahead and let's go there.
Yeah. Right. So yeah, I think most in the chat follow also our channel, and yeah, currently I'm building 2 guitars, one for myself, an SG kit, and a 335 style kit for my daughter. And yeah, that's the 2 projects I'm working on currently. As you expect from me, I will be adding quite crazy wirings in them.
Excellent.
On both. And yeah, I think, go ahead, ask me, what do you want to know? Chat, what do you want to know about the projects?
Well,
should I show him off?
Lucas was saying you should show off the PRS kit.
Okay. So let's start with the one that I finished a couple of years ago.
And I've always absolutely loved the finish on this guitar.
It's also true oil. The backside is also stained. That's mahogany. It has just a maple veneer on it, so the rest is also it's an all mahogany guitar with just a maple flamed veneer on top of it. I've mixed the colors myself, just like I did for the other 2 kits that I'm building currently. Then finished it with true oil, and that's it. So there are, I think, 3. You can see how many different kinds of green you can get out of it just by turning it with that yellowish hue that I get, and even in the sun it gets even orange in some parts.
And what I love about this is what I really love about this finish is it's just a hint of a burst around the edges, right? It's not like a hard burst, right? It really kind of just really blends in.
Yeah, the thing is, with these stains that I'm using, you can really blend them well. I also tried myself on the edge with some kind of fake binding. You maybe you're able to see it.
It's showing up a little bit, yeah.
Over here.
Shows up on this side, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing. With the black and on top of it. And I made, you can see it here on the edge. That's something I've learned quite early on, that the true oil, or any kind of finish, is thinner on the edges. And when you start to sand there, you get through that finish and you sand off something from underneath it. And this was all black. This was all black on top of everything, all around. And now I have everywhere on that edge that green breaking through.
Yeah, it is the same problem I have doing the fabric tops. You got to be really careful when you're coming to those edges. There is not as much there as there is everywhere else, and people don't really realize how thin, those clear coats are, and the true oil coat as well. How really thin they really are.
Yeah, it's a few hundredths of millimeters each layer that I'm building on here. I'm not sure. I think this one was. I would have to look it up. I would probably lie to you. Between 20 or 30 layers, I think, of true oil in total. On the new kits, I'll be going for 40. So there's also quite a difference that I want to make with the new kits in comparison to this one, because this one I actually have quite a thin finish on the back side as well. Mm-hmm. And you can see the grain, every part of it, and you can feel the grain when you go over it. So every part of it, you can feel the grain. It's also on the neck. It just feels like wood with just a little wax layer on it, probably something like this, if I had to describe it. And on the new kits, let's show them.
To the new kits, I am loving the progress of both of these builds, and
on the new kits, I want them to be totally smooth. You can already see the fingerprints. You see there's obviously I didn't sand it all the way down. There's already a new layer on it. I sanded it down just yesterday at the 15th layer, and the other one at the 5th layer the first time. This one is the second time. I want this to be totally flat, totally smooth, just like you would have with a lacquer finish. Not on the neck though. The neck I want to have the same way as this one, so this will maybe only be 12 layers, something like this on the neck, so it's also thin and I can feel it, but not on the body. The body should really look the part.
In finishing guitars, it just seems like you're never done sanding. You're never done sanding, and once you've got everything down, then you're never done buffing. It's like it could always be a little better. It could always be
it can always be a little bit better, and I'm especially not happy with the way currently the second kit is. Even though my daughter is happy, she likes it the way it is, and that makes me, because that one is for her.
I did like how in the center that there is so much kind of the reddish that goes into the purple, and then and in the quilt, as you're turning it, the quilt is really showing off. And so what is it that you want to continue working on with this?
With this one, the same. I need to apply about 35 more layers, sand it back down, apply 35 more, apply layers, sand it down, layers, sand it down, till I get it really smooth and even. The problem I had with this one, I've showed it already on the video. I have these, I'm not sure if I can show it with the camera over here, if it's really showing on it. Yeah, you see these stripes, these like sanding marks, but it's not sanding marks. This is where the kit manufacturer applied some sanding sealer or something else, grain filler, sanding sealer, anything of that kind. Not sure what actually it is, and you can see how he applied it with a brush, right? Mm-hmm. And there where it got deeper into the veneer, you have these parts where the veneer is not taking the stain at all. And I'm not sure if alcohol, as Seth described it, or as she was referring to a video of, was it, I would have to look it up, which channel it was.
Yeah, he was going to send it to me. I think he got brought up.
I was looking it up.
When I get it.
Highline Guitars, right?
Yeah.
Highline Guitars was it. How he described it, it would not have helped me with this kind of stain because it's not the glue that is coming through on these parts. It's really something that is applied on it, some kind of plastic, and I can't stain it with these kind of stains that I've been using it. So yeah, there was really not much of a difference. What difference it would have made is with the grain standing up, because on this kit I really had the problem with quite a few grains coming up and making it uneven. I think maybe I should be sharing a few pictures.
Yeah, let's show some pictures from the process. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, so let me present my screen. Yeah, like this. And where is it? Don't see. So we don't get an inception like thing. I guess I will have to share the whole screen. It does not allow me to share just the other one. So
okay, let's see. Here we go.
Can you see it? Okay.
Yep.
So can you also see my mouse?
Yes.
Okay. So here you can really see very well how it's how these stripes are in there. This is right after the staining. There's no clear coat on it at all. And yeah, also on some parts it didn't really take it well. It's not that obvious anymore with the true oil on it. If you look close at it from close up, you still see it just as obvious, almost as obvious as it is here, but it blends way better. So it's not that bad anymore. And yeah, my daughter is happy. So yeah, that's a good thing. Here we see
that's one of the good things about putting a finish on it is it does darken up those lighter places.
Yeah, and you can see also the color, how it is dried up, does not look like this at all anymore, right? Mm-hmm. If you look at the top, that's a completely different color, way more vibrant, and yeah, it's something. The first time I also had that issue with the PRS kit. I really thought I messed it up because it looked horrible when it dried. Yeah. And as soon as I've applied the true oil, I just thought, well, I had to go on with it. I need that clear coat. And suddenly it came back alive, and it was the way I wanted it to be. And that was something that took me by surprise the first time. And here we see also on the side how it is with the grain going in a different way. And like this, that sanding sealer was going way deeper into the wood. I couldn't have sanded that one down. And then I got a tip from a fellow YouTuber, from Old Guitar Hand. He has also a channel. It's a German YouTuber. That for this I may be able to use some kind of ink, so some drawing ink. a water resistant one. And yeah, I've used that and it worked quite well. Here we see it with the stain on the back side, just how it was right after the staining. This is this G-kit again with the first layer on the body and no layer at all on the neck. So this is what the color looked like before I've applied any True Oil. And this is, I think, after the 8th layer or 9th layer, something like this. And yeah, still the neck without any finish on it. So quite a difference, I would say. And
definitely. You can the way it brightens up and it comes alive is incredible. So Herb has a question for you, and I kind of know the answer, but I'm gonna let you answer this because these are your projects. But do you buff and polish and oil finish the same way you would a poly finish?
Actually, with this one, yes, because the True Oil contains some poly on it. So what happens is that there is a very thin layer of poly that I'll be getting on it, and I'll be sanding it back down. I'll be using some car polish to polish it up, and then apply some wax on it and polish that one also on it. So this is the way how everything will be finished in the end. So with True Oil, yes, you do. With other oils, probably not.
Well, see, one of the advantages I have in doing fabric tops is, once I've got my sanding sealer down, I've done I've sanded that all down and ready for clear. I can spot check all my work by just getting a damp rag and wiping it over the guitar body. And it'll give me that look of, the water will give me that look of what the clear is going to look like. And so you can see a lot of your problem areas and catch them in the bud. But you can't really do that when you're staining, can you?
You can probably if you're not using water-based stains. But if I use water-based stains, I'll washing it out right away.
Yeah,
so yeah.
Right, exactly. You'd be minimizing that finish by doing that. Yeah.
Yeah. And this is the neck, the one that I've stained, and this one is already with the ink applied. So the 335 kit neck will have also black finish on the back side. And thanks everyone who participated in the poll that I've created. I'll be doing some inlay work as well, so that one will be also quite interesting. How it will turn out. So yeah,
that is brave. I am not brave enough to do inlay work yet.
I'll use the Dremel and just engrave what I've outlined with pencil, and then I'll fill it up with stained sawdust and with just wood glue mixed with it. And I will test it first on a scrap piece, obviously. And yeah, send that one back down and then paint the surroundings black. That's pretty much all I'm doing. And then apply this. So apply the True Oil on top of it. This is now some of the latest work. You can see the black also with the ink on the side. Then I had to scrape the binding. I did this with an X-Acto knife. Most people will use.
That is another method of just patient. Be patient. Do a little bit at a time. Come back to it. It's.
Yeah, I'm not really all the way happy how it turned out on the body. The necks worked way better. But yeah, it is what it is. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
That's all the way scraped all the binding with the first layer of True Oil, I think, already. That part, the scraped necks, just like that on both sides. Also, the other neck is also scraped already. Yeah, I will not scrape the top of the binding because I'll rip out all of the threads. Use the radius blocks that I'm having and sand it back down to the 12-inch radius to be sure to have a good 12-inch radius, and then I will sand off the top layer of the binding as well, so no need for that currently. And here is the grain that's standing up and coming through the true oil. That's the issue that I had most recently. Doesn't look really good. It's still not all the way done. Here you can see it on the other side. Is this maybe already sanded because of the white spots when I started sanding? This could be already from the sanding. Here is also the SG kit sanded. It looks horrible the way it is, but actually it is a good sign. The more gray, milky hue you get, the more it means it's even, because these are the parts you started sanding on where you roughened up the finish. This means the more I'm touching, the better it is, the smoother the finish is. If we're looking over here, we see that I just hit the high spots. Yeah.
Well,
over here.
That's the thing about that. When you first start doing finish work, that gets really disheartening when you have that view. And when you start wiping it away, then you're like, oh, okay, God, thank God. It's like it is the biggest relief. But yeah, it looks a whole lot uglier before it looks great. Yeah,
this is what it looks like. So I wanted to make sure to show this because this is something someone who's never done something like this will go, oh my God, what did I do right now? See all these high spots that I've removed already. It's already way better now. So let's get back out here. So this is with the latest layer applied on it. You can see how it's already back to its smooth finish.
Yes. Excellent. All right. Well, thank you for sharing that work with us, because for me it's always nice to look at someone else's finished work and have those conversations about, okay, how did you get here? What did you do when you saw this? And right, because we all have those moments of where you just have to kind of walk away and figure out, where am I going next, because I don't like where it is now.
Yeah, and I'm not as patient as you are, to be honest. I probably wouldn't be able to do your work. Most certainly not. But I think you would. You've got enough patience in it. If you're watching you do the sanding and the sanding and the sanding over and over again when you were trying to get the grain to lay down, right? Yeah. That kind of patience, and the same thing, the patience you had with trying to get the dyes right and trying to get the staining of the guitar right, and doing that over and over again. If you can do that, then you can certainly do the stuff that I'm doing. Yeah, blackjack guitar, but this is not the glue that's coming through. I know that this can happen and that this happens, but this is not the glue. This is something they applied on top of it, and the more I've sanded it, the better it got. So the deeper I got into the veneer, the better results I got, and it would be the opposite thing that happens, right? So,
well, good news is I've been watching Laz's channel, who usually comes on right about now, and doesn't look like he's going live. So I think we're good. And someone was just in the chat letting us know that as well. So we don't really. Yeah, Herb was letting us know that in the chat. So we can go a little bit longer and finish up. I do want to welcome in Paul McNeary and all the cats.
Thanks for joining, Paul.
Yeah. And Bo had to go ahead and leave out, and he's got some things going on.
That's a good one.
And Ryan was saying earlier that the binding really helps you that to pop on that 335.
Yeah, it also helps me a lot that I don't have to worry about the edge, because it's binding over there. If I get through the true oil finish, I don't care, right? Because it gets scraped anyway and will be nice and clean. So it will help a lot. The thing that it does is, I'm not sure if I can show it.
Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry.
I'm not showing it. If I could show the discoloration that I get, where the Chua, it's too bright. Maybe if I reduce the light. Give me a second. Maybe you can. This the wrong direction. Maybe like this. It looks all white over here.
Yeah, it's all white. You can't see it.
Yeah, but true oil gets there and it gets really nasty looking.
Kind of like a yellowish, right?
Greenish
yellow, like a greenish yellow.
Yeah, exactly. And you want to get rid of that, and that's really not a nice looking thing. So something you cough up.
Well, you guys are at, what is it now? You guys are at like 1,500 subs or so?
Yeah, 1,550, something like this. 1,560 even, maybe. Not sure.
And so where are you where are you guys planning on taking the channel next? What do you got coming up? And I'm throwing your link into the chat right now. If anyone has not ever been there, it's time to go.
Thanks, Charles. So yeah, we are not planning much actually, because we will be having a few more reviews coming up. We'll be comparing Lucas, his Strandberg, with the Ibanez Quest. Maybe have a look at his THR30. And yeah, those projects obviously will continue, but yeah, with the 40 layers, I can do about 2 layers a day. So you can imagine it will still take at least 2 weeks until I will make the next video, because there's no point in making a video every week of one more layer applied or something like this. So I'll put all of this together in one video. Then we have the Christmas hang. This upcoming week we'll demo the Fussy McFuss face. That's a fuss pedal made by an Austrian pedal builder. And it's one of my favorite pedals, not just because of the name. So
Symmetry is looking forward to your Christmas party on the 21st, and Lucas is agreeing with them, and I agree with that as well. I'm always one of my favorite shows.
Yeah, so I think that one will be fun. It's you, Trev, Ben, Laz, the whole crew.
It will definitely be a good time. So looking forward to that.
So yeah. Then PC Rich virtual Christmas party, and Blackjack Guitar, Indian ink. That's it.
That's what Indian, it's called. Yes.
Drawing ink. Yeah.
Yes.
That I've been using for the sides, and so the Fussy McFuss face. There will be whiskey, definitely. Yeah, right. It is. It's a fuss face that has the tone control of a big muff at the end. So the tone stack of it. It has a switch, I think, for bass, mid, and one for pickup simulation, so you can place it also not just in the front of your pedal board, which you usually do with a fuzz pedal, so you can pickup sim. Lucas was right. The pickup sim, and so you can place it somewhere else in the chain where you want it, but I still place it right in the front. And it's extremely versatile. You have Luke is sending a picture to me. Yeah, he's sending a picture from the faucet to me, so I have it in front of me. Thanks for the assist. So yeah, you have two bias controls where you can adjust how the faucet should sound like. You have a volume and a tone control on it. So plenty of options, and you can get all kinds of weird and really bad sounds as well. But if you take your time to dial it in, you can get pretty much anywhere you want. And once you find, I'm pretty certain everyone will find a sound on that pedal that he likes.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine someone not finding a sound on it, because it has just such a range where you can adjust things and get somewhere. Even the people who are not fast people will be able to find something, because then it sounds more like an overdrive, which they might dig. So
how far out is that demo going to be? How long are we going to have to wait for that? Is it soon, or?
It will be on the next live stream this Thursday.
This Thursday.
So we're making it live, and you can tell us what we should mess up on it. So bad playing included.
There you go. Gotta love it. Well, one of the things that we like to talk about here a lot is this community that we're all in, and what a really great community is, and how we've all built friendships through it. And you and Lucas have been some of my biggest supporters from very beginning, encouraged me, and you personally, wearing merch.
Everyone get one of these shirts. They're great.
Oh, and and I want to thank you for that, because not only because of you, I can mod my own guitars, right? I was just learning to solder when I did my first one, and you kind of took me through a tutorial and helped me with doing some stuff. You helped me figure out the wiring on the LP Junior, and when you guys did when you guys did the videos on the control plates for the Telecasters, right? The 3 different wirings. You walked me through rewiring my setup so I could have the Baja wiring on my all Fender built Tele, right? And so it's in you guys' generosity has never stopped from saying, hey, when you for everything from the string stretcher to here. Do you want to order anything from Stu Mack? Yeah, I've been wanting this binding tape dispenser forever. And then when I go to pay you, you won't take the money.
You're welcome.
And then if that wasn't enough, really blown away by the gift of the Tone Rider pickups. And so you guys are just tremendous that way, and I really appreciate it. And I hope you feel like that's a two-way relationship and continue, continue on. Is there anything?
We have to thank you for providing your store also for our merch, because that's one thing why we don't really care where our channel actually is going to, because we would need to get to 30,000-40,000 subscriber until it's really making sense to monetize it for us. Right. We can't monetize it because we would need to create a company, pay the taxes, and let everything get checked, make the books for this. And that's not worth it for, I don't know, 300-400 euros a year. We have to throw this away just to get our finances checked, that we don't get in problems with the financial system. So
and I just dropped the link for our spring store. in there, and it is a great place to get your L&M Guitar Corner merch. They've got some t-shirts in there and some stickers and some other things, and more will be available in the future. So
thanks,
the link
Charles.
doesn't work.
Look at it. And the thing is, all the money goes to Charles because, we are also not allowed to make any money off something like this. And we just wanted to provide t-shirts and stickers for everyone who enjoys it. And the only solution we had is do it via someone else who has it on his store, takes all the money that is made from it for himself. And what better way to support Charles with getting some merch for our stuff. And he's helping us that we can provide some merch to the people who would like to have a shirt with our name on it to just show the appreciation for our channel as well.
Okay. Well, I'm going to have to go ahead and fix that link later because that is the link that's actually coming from Teespring. And so they may be having some problems.
Maybe it's the HTTPS part that is missing on it.
Right. But this is the link that they drop into your YouTube channel itself. It goes there, but it's not logging in all the way. And I'm having trouble getting in right now as well, logging in myself. So we'll have to take care. We'll take care of that in the future. We'll go ahead and we'll get that put back up on the channel and fixed.
Right.
All right. So is there anything else you want to share with us? Anything else we should know about the projects or things you've got going on or the channel? Any secrets?
Help me out.
About Lucas that he didn't share with us?
I'm really bad with things mentioning from myself. So if you ask me a question, I'll answer pretty much anything you ask me. But I don't find myself that interesting. And on the channel, for until Christmas, these are the plans. Some more from the projects, some more reviews that we'll be making. As mentioned, comparison the Ibanez Quest and the Strandberg. We're going to Guitar Summit next year. That's some news, maybe worth it to share.
Oh,
right. We're going together with Krena, at least that's the plan. Laz maybe also joins us when he's coming over to Europe. And it's end of September, so it's quite a while until that happens. But we're going to Guitar Summit.
There we go. That link works. That link works. End of September. All right. So we're looking forward to that. So are you going to go? Are you going to cover it on the channel? We're going to see it there.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Definitely.
All right. So
Ryan Hall is asking the binding on the 3 was not real binding or is on the kit or.
Yeah, on the kit, it is real binding, Ryan.
On the kit, it is real binding.
Right. On the 335 he showed earlier, it is not. It is painted.
On this one, it is not. This is paint. This is just fake binding.
It is so convincing, though. It is so. Is it that convincing in person? Yeah,
absolutely. The line is totally straight. You don't see anything from the grain underneath it. It's pitch black. There's absolutely no way that, maybe on some parts where you could think it is not, but only if you know it. I wouldn't know it really either if I'm not seeing it and if it's not written in the specs that it is not real binding, it's just a fake binding. Yeah. Maybe at the joint. Yeah, you can maybe guess it at the joint to the neck over here. But I can't show it in the camera. With that camera, it's just way too bad to pick it up, and with the lighting in here. Yeah, but you would really need to know where to look for it. So,
well, Martin, I want to thank you for coming on the show, and I want to thank you for everything that you and Lucas do within the community, because it's a better place because you guys are here.
Thanks a lot, Charles. I really appreciate you, man, and it means a lot when you say this, because same with you. This place is way better with you than without you. You're such a good guy, and yeah, I really enjoy every minute we're chatting, we're talking offline. And I told you, one of my things on my bucket list is at one point I want to be at the same place with you, wherever that is, and give you a big hug.
I am looking forward to that, and my wife and I are putting aside some money so hopefully we can come visit you and visit Austria again, because we certainly miss it.
I would really love nothing more than have you as my guest.
I appreciate that. Folks, thank you all so much for being here and staying with us all this time. And, we look forward to seeing you next week. There will be a guitar safari next Friday. So when you're all turkeyed out and you're looking for a place to go, we will be there for you. And I am currently looking for a guest for next Sunday. So if you're interested.
One more thing. I have one more thing. Because I now remember, because Seth, it's for Seth. Seth said that you really have to watch Blues Brothers with your wife, or to-be wife, right? And our wedding dance was the Jailhouse Rock Blues Brothers edition.
I love it.
So yeah,
that's how you know she's a keeper, if she watches the whole movie with you.
Yeah, and we made it. We made it our wedding dance. So yeah,
I love it. It was actually was it your first dance, or was it?
It was our first dance. Yes.
Yes. Love it. Well, thank you so much, buddy. Really, really super appreciate you being here. It was a great show. Stay on. We'll talk when we get off. And I really appreciate you being here. I appreciate everybody here being in the chat that's been here with us. So with that, enjoy your guitar journey, folks, and thank you for being part of ours.
Thanks for having me. Bye.